Well, there's a thing on the ground over there, and I think you changed one of those tonight. How did that go? I mean,
it never goes as smooth as you want, but you know you're in trouble if you start seeing me under the car wrenching. So
well, and the hair looking like that, you know. I mean,
I've had a haircut in 2 months, so it's summertime. I usually don't have time. But
okay.
It's just more of hard work. I mean, either broke a set of gears or the pinion. I haven't really looked. We didn't have time to even look at it. So
you just had time to do something about it.
Yeah, like I said, they turned around qualifying right after heat race, right after qualifying, and we were in the back of the first group. So I mean, we had a little bit of time, but not hours, you know. So,
did it go off of 4 in the qualifying?
Broke right before I was the checkered on qualifying. I thought at first it was the motor, but when I went through 1 and 2, I was idling still, and it wasn't clunking, so I shut it off, started it back up, realized it wasn't the motor, and then I thought it was a drive shaft. Usually it's drive shaft, something like that, but when they were pushing me in, it was clunking, so there's either like a tooth off the pinion or something. So it's weird. It doesn't have a lot of laps on it. So
well, I could only imagine, you know, you're out there trying to hit a quick qualifying lap.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, and you got to switch your mind to, well, time to get under the car.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys who finished ahead of you even, I'm sure that wasn't their night.
No,
you know?
I mean, the beauty thing of it is maybe it helped us for the heat because we didn't have a lot of time to overthink things. We just had to put a rear end in it, and we did like one change, and that's all we could get done. So at the end of the day, it might have helped us to sometimes stay put. Normally, we would probably did a lot more, but I'm proud of the guys because this isn't easy to do, and they got it done, and we got out there and salvaged a good run.
And I'm just going to say, because I was here, the guys ain't just the guys. You were actually underneath the damn car,
I've done this
know?
before. I mean, I don't want to do it. These guys I'd rather have them do it. They're way better than I am, and they know what they're doing, but
some drivers don't get under the car, is what I mean.
You just know the situation. The only way we were going to make it back out was we had to decide, in my opinion, it would have taken the same amount of time to pull the car out, get that backup car ready to start tailing a heat, or take a chance and take a chance of changing the rear and not losing a spot. So I figured the best I could do is take the drive shaft off and the things that would be out of their way because they're the muscle and they're hustling. So I did a couple minor things, handed tools. I mean, if it was 10, 15 years ago, I probably would have been doing the major stuff, but we got such good guys in this team now that I don't have to worry.
So the night went well enough for you to be in a position to even contend.
Yeah.
How was it, though? Because honestly, I heard James Essex say it. It's probably one of the toughest fields that you can see this year. And the top 4 there, those were the guys, including you and even Mike Marlar. I mean, it's a very stacked field here this weekend.
It is a stacked field. For this type of format, it's tough.
Even location, because, I mean, we're up here in Minnesota and you got the best of the best.
This track, I mean, everybody that has ever raced here, I believe, really likes this place. You don't really hear bad things from anybody. And it's been several years since I've been here, but when Daryl Lanigan won 3-4 in a row, and then I won one here, and guys, usually the best car usually ends up winning, which you saw from Matt. He definitely was better, and as the race wore on, he just kept picking us off, and congrats to them. We're a lot better than we started the night off. We need to get better, but I'm fighting some of the same gremlins I fought all year. Just a couple of things that just my car doesn't do when I need it to do, which is marrying me to the middle to the bottom, which is tough. I mean, it's okay in a long race when you don't have to worry about, you don't want to burn your tires off, but when you're out there heat racing and trying to qualify and you have a couple little setup issues that just, I haven't been able to get better, and you start 4th in the heat, you start 3rd in the heat, and that just makes you have to climb all night. So we're good in the races, we just need to get better early.
Well, obviously it's $50,000 to win this weekend, that's why everyone is here.
Yeah.
But it seems like you could almost throw the money out the window. Not going to say ego's on the line, but I mean, like I said, those 3 guys in front of you, I mean, everybody wants to be the best.
Yeah.
This race this weekend is almost the best of the best they are here.
It's a tough field. You got the drawback is obviously the way the format is. You don't race for huge money the first 2 nights. It's a tough format for this type of field, but that is what we got. So we know that the heat races get set up by how you run, so you just got to run hard all night long and do your best, and hopefully you get your car right each night. Build it towards...
That's so humble of you to say.
Well, it is. I mean, listen, man, I'm out there in the heat race, and I'm racing with, obviously Chris and Mike Marlar and guys that are won big races already this year. I mean, $50,000 to win races, $100,000 to win races. JD, what he's done, and Sheppy, we've all been fortunate to have good runs all year. and then you sprinkle in guys that don't normally run with the Lucas Tour. Besides the ones that showed up, Bloomquist is here, and I didn't even realize, honestly, he was here because we were thrashing so much.
Right.
I didn't even look at the B-side.
Well, but you beat Danny Johnson. That's a legend of the big blocks. You put him up and put him down. I'm just saying.
I had to grow up racing with
the best of the best.
In your, that raced Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with you every night for 35 laps. And
legends of your sport, big blocks.
Guys that you total average wins in a career is 500, 600, 700 wins.
Brett Hearn,
Yes, and then like Brett Hearn would pop in at like Rolling Wheels and places like that. But
and then you still beat them on their national scene too.
That's what I mean. So
names are names when it comes to you.
Names. You wish someone
and a chili bowl, by the way, and a chili bowl.
You know this 100%. Unfortunately, your night gets tougher when everybody's here, but at the end of the day, that should pump you up. It shouldn't put you in the dumps and be like, man, I wish the hottest team in the country didn't show up this weekend so we could do a little bit better. For me, it's nice. You look at the top 6, 7 cars, and you're like, there's some heat up here at the top of this field.
Right.
And that's an exciting time.
And that's what I was saying earlier, ego. This weekend's kind of like it's got the hitters here, I
don't think you do anything.
With the late model scene this year, it's kind of been hit and miss except Eldora, and now this seems like a hitter. So if you win this weekend, you're a man,
Believe me, man, anymore it's tough to win any of them, so you just take them as when you get them. The beauty is when they're all here, we learn where we stack up, and we know we got to get better. And hopefully, the cars that are winning stay the course, and we can chip away at them. That's where we're at right now, mid-season. We're trying to chip away at the Madden's team and chip away at JD's team and a little bit of Marler when they pop in, because they're some of the best cars right now. And the beauty is that I race with most of them all the time anyway, so it's not a huge.
Well, and the beauty thing about the late model scene is that a guy can be under the rear end of the car and then perform like you do in the A main. So.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of the,
it ain't no damn NASCAR driver. He's just, I'm just saying.
Most of the guys that do this have done what we're doing tonight at some point in your career. I don't believe the top best of the best. I think you have to learn a little bit about your race car, even if it is how to put the rear end together or how to take gears out. Simple things, in my opinion, make you appreciate how to get better as a driver and a team. And most of the guys, in my opinion, maybe some young guys that I don't know about because I'm getting old.
I guess you're saying if they haven't, they need to?
I think if they do it, they'll get a lot better. I remember, people got to forget, when I was running NASCAR a little bit, Kevin Harvick was younger than me. And he was already established. Right? And Kevin Harvick was established. And I'll tell you what he did. He'd come on that radio after practice and would verbatim say, this spring over here needs this, and this right rear spring needs this. And
that's a Bakersfield boy,
Well, that's what I mean. It's all about, and I guarantee the guy driving that 44 car does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I know I do the same thing. And I believe that will keep you from a plateau. I think every driver can get in a plateau. Every team can get in a plateau where you're thinking you're doing it right, and then all of a sudden you wake up at 8 months from now and it's third instead of winning. The best of the best learn what to do with their driver owners and crew chiefs to push a little bit in a different direction, and that only comes from wrenching on cars. Why wouldn't you want to wrench on a car?
Well,
what else would you want to do during the day besides play with your kids and hang out with your family and take these parts on and off and see what kind of cool things you can come up with? That's why I got into doing this.
Well, you have a decent background to understand the importance of that. Some don't.
Well, you live by trial and error. That's the whole point of this game. I'd rather fail by trying than succeed by never doing anything, because it's like working in a toll booth. If you never have to do anything to get better and you're that good, I don't know many people that are, more power to them, but I wouldn't want to work in the toll booth just doing the same thing over and over and over again to get my day done. I like tinkering. I'm an old school car guy.
What do you have to do to tinker to the lead?
It's
just that tough. Is it just not that tough? He was behind you, and that was the hottest driver from last year.
We need to find more, because the proof's in the pudding. That was a 30-lapper, 25-lapper, and he was maneuverable. He was good. You don't come from 11th. That's how we were at Lernerville 2 weeks ago. Started in the back, come to 8th. Started in the back again, come to 2nd. And I knew that if things went our way, we had one of the cars to beat, and we ended up winning. So
is it just you hit it or you don't hit it, and that's the difference?
I think it's trial and error. Right now, when you get a car that's that good, you can't take huge swings. But like tomorrow, if I'm him, I'm probably unloading on something that I might have wanted to run for a while, but I thought, he's already in the catbird seat, so he can do about anything right now. And
Right.
I'm in a different situation. I ran good enough that, I mean, even if the bottom fell out tomorrow, we're not going to be starting 6th and 8th. So what we can do is we can do the same thing and see if we can find some speed. And then you sit back and you look at the stopwatch and you look at what the driver thought he felt. And as a team, you pick which one's best. That's the beauty of racing 2 nights in a row at the same place. You can really hone in. It's just like going to your local track on a Saturday. You just every Saturday you come out and load a little different. You can always get back to what wins.
But Saturday you still have to. When the money's on the line, you got to go to what you've learned.
You got to go to what you think's going to win. And if you're bad, then maybe you go in a whole different direction because at that point it doesn't matter. That's how I operate. Like if we unloaded twice, 2 separate ways, ran horrible, we sure as wouldn't unload either of those 2 ways. We'd go in a
You
whole
can say
direction.
shit. It's my conversation.
We'd
this
go
isn't
in a
dirt on
whole-
dirt. I mean,
I know. We'd go in a whole nother direction. And with the mentality of, on a long distance race, as much as I've done them and as much experience as I have, you're going to get somewhere to a top 12, hopefully, just by being out there and driving the car the right way. The magic might happen, though. You might get lucky. You throw a dart on the wall, you get lucky, put me in it or put a good driver in it that has experience. Next thing you know, you win $50,000. Well, what we ran at Lernerville was not anything that we run everywhere we go.
really.
No, but we were struggling when we unloaded it. And as we struggled, we went this way, and then we went this way, and that's kind of tonight. We took some of both of those, and I'm happy, but I know we need more. Chris,
Right. You're not here to run 4th. You're here to win.
No. I mean, I've raced long enough.
So you got it. You're saying tomorrow you'll be tinkering on this.
You got to do something. I mean, we got shown tonight that we're down a little bit to a maneuverable car. I feel like Sheppy and JD were the same. And a little bit better than Mikey, obviously. Now, there's other guys that might pick it up tomorrow. Jimmy Owens, all these guys. These guys know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're going to work even more. That's the beauty of like what we're doing this weekend. Like the pack might get closer. So just do your best. That's all you do.
Sometimes you got to get your rear end in gear. No pun intended. I'm just.
This is how we ride. This is how we do.